You have any other questions? Say. You understand? What if I take everything from you? Yes. Why are you waiting?
After friends and family are veiled from this world, at first it's heavy to experience their loss. Once the heaviness of loss passes.
Wonder what?
Once the heaviness of loss passes, after some time, the feeling of detachment or longing to be with them arises again. Is this from the ego or from the spirit? And how should we begin to understand this better with regards to our faith?
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It is normal human longing. Those that you love, that you want to be with them, and you want to be with them forever. It is not something that is unusual. But you are right. You say after that the heaviness passes and life goes on. Because our Shaykh says so many times, he says no matter how much you love someone too, you can't wait to bury him. Right? I never hear of anyone, they love that one so much, they say, no, I don't want to bury you, I want to keep you at home. There is one tribe in Indonesia, they're doing that. Their grandmother die, then they keep grandmother inside the house. They put formaldehyde or something, a big tank, put grandmother there. But it's not also because they love grandmother so much, because their funeral costs so much. They have to take years for them to collect. Meanwhile, so much shaitans and everything that is there. I think they have to slaughter, I don't know, 10 buffalo, 100 buffalo or something like that. Jahil. But that's not also from love. You bury, or you dispose of that. Why do you do that also? Because you realize that that one, this physical form, that so many people, they cannot get past. When their love or attachments to something is a physical form, it's a lesson. Every single time it happens, Allah is teaching us that form that you worship, that you love, is not it. This is not. This is not the reality of that, of your grandmother. Your grandmother is gone. This is just the shell. This is not the reality. And life goes on. Once in a while you may think and you want to be with that one. So it's good. As believers, we must try to understand where are we returning to. As believers, we have tried to understand where our spirit is returning to. Everything goes back to its source. Our source is not our father, our grandmother, that's not our source. Our source is what? Let's say it is Allah. Inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un. You're returning there. That is the reality. Whether you feel it or not, that is a reality. If you don't feel it, try to feel it. Because every other thing is going to be just a veil between you and that reality. It's going to be. You have to return there. The one that you miss, who passed. Are you understanding the world that he's entering into? You're a believer. Are you understanding the world he's entering into? We're not unbelievers to say, oh, he's going to a better place. What if he enter into hell? Definitely not a better place. Worse. Or what if he's under punishment? Which majority are. And if that one is under punishment, which let's say majority they are, why you want to be with them? In fact, As believers, they are there. If they are under punishment, you are alive. You are able and capable of what? Of throwing in a little bit of a rope there to help them out. Every prayer that you do, every Fatiha that you recite for them, every Yasin, every good deed, every wakaf, which of course today's people, they don't have wakafs. That they do, it is to save them from difficult position that they are in. So how is your emotion now? Just the emotion of a child, I want to be with daddy. Huh? You don't care if your dad is tired or is hungry or is sick or he's in pain. I want to be with daddy. Right? Or are you going to stop that and you're going to see, how is my father? How is my father? How am I going to help him? Is this really? Yes, I want to be with him, but I have to stop being selfish, stop being childish. I have to look at him now. Maybe he's sick. I shouldn't bother him. If he's sick and I really love him, maybe I should give him some medicine, make him some tea, make him to feel nice and comfortable. So now your feelings are going to change from something that is childish to something that is more mature. And the one that's past, that must change also. You must know. You're not going to know all this so much if you're not going to be in the company, in the sohbat of the awliya Allah. Impossible for you to know. Then your religion is going to be separate, your feelings are going to be separate, your experience is going to be separate. It's not together. So, in a way you may say it is coming from that, ego, but Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is never condemning the ego and saying that it is never going to change too. This is the other thing. He's never condemning that, saying it's never going to change. He's saying change. It changes. Nafsu amara changes. Nafsu mutma'in changes. It keeps changing, it keeps changing, it keeps changing. As Maulana Rumi said, what? Don't be an idiot? No, he's saying yes? You don't know? I was a mineral and I changed. And I became a vegetable. I was a vegetable and I changed. I became an animal. I changed. I became man. I changed. And I became an angel. I changed. And that change, it is never ending. And he's saying, why am I afraid of dying then? I'm using nice word because if I use the word die, a lot of people are going to get very... But that's exactly what he says. I was born in this, and I died, and I became this. So, then your understanding of life and death has to change also. And you're not going to understand this properly if your source of feelings and understanding and emotions and thinking is coming from books and movies and songs. You're never going to change, because when you get sad, you're going to sing that song. That becomes your zikr. When you're depressed, you're going to think about that movie, think about that book. This is your zikr. But Allah has given us His words, the words of His chosen ones. We're not using that. That is not real to us. This materialistic world is more real to us. There is a problem there. You understand? Yeah. Wa min Allahu tawfiq. May Allah forgive me and bless you. Fatiha.